What are the top 10 ways to help your offer get accepted in this tight housing market? Stick around, we're going to talk about those today. I'm John C., your local licensed real estate professional here in sunny Southwest Florida. And if you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe button below. That really helps me out a lot. And go ahead and do that. That helps other people who are looking for this type of content be able to find it as well. Let's jump into our topic today. What are these top 10 ways to help you get your offer accepted in a tight housing market? And why do we even really need to talk about this? Well, as I've mentioned, we are in a very low inventory state, which basically means that when a home comes on the market, there is a lot of competition for that home. Typically, there are multiple offers that come on the table. Now, we see that a lot more in the lower price points here in Lee and Collier County. In the higher price points, you may only have one offer every week to 2 weeks, but in the lower price points, you do have multiple offers. So how do you get yours accepted? How does yours look better than the other offers that are on the table? And I'm going to tell you those today. One of them, by the way, I don't even care about. I will never suggest to my clients. Well, I say never. I never have, and I most likely never will suggest my clients to do. But let's jump in. Number one thing you need to do is you need to hire a professional, experienced real estate agent. Now, experienced is the key word here. Now, how much experience do you want or need? That's up to you. I can tell you this. In our real estate world, with all the realtors that there are thousands here in Collier County alone. You have most of them that have had experience less than 5 years. From my stats that I saw, 88% of realtors here in Lee and Collier County have been in the business for under 5 years. 12% have been over that. So try to find a very experienced real estate agent. If you are not sure how long your realtor that you're thinking of hiring has been in the profession, ask them. If you're not sure if they'll be honest with you, call their broker. And if you really want to know, call me. I'll find out for you and let you know how long that person has been selling real estate. Now, one cool tool that we have with Keller Williams, the brokerage that I work for, and that is I can search realtors throughout the world, not just the United States or Florida, who are in the Keller Williams Association and have their license hung with our broker. And I can tell you who those top agents are, whether they're top selling agents, top buying agents, whether they focus on rentals, and I can connect you with those. So if you're looking to purchase or sell a home and you are not in this area, reach out to me use me as your resource. I'll connect you with the best agent in your market. Number two, get pre-approved and have a letter that you can submit with your offer. So basically what you're going to want to do is get your financials over to a mortgage broker, bank, or a lender, and you will want to have them get you pre-approved and let you know what your mortgage payments will be, but also what is your purchase price that you can afford. If you are not getting a loan and you're paying cash, make sure you have enough cash in an account that you can either take a screenshot of or have a PDF of that you can submit with your offers, because most cash offers need to be have provided with them some proof that you do have the cash to purchase that house. So have that ready. Number three, offer more earnest money. Now, if you're not sure what earnest money is, it's basically skin in the game. It's money you're putting down up front if your offer is accepted. And that is money that you are saying, hey, if this doesn't work out, I'll give this to you if I'm outside of my conditions. What are those conditions? Well, there's a lot of different conditions on a contract. There may be a approval time period with inspections. There may be an appraisal contingency. There's a lot of different things that will help you get your money back if you put down this escrow. But it also says to the seller, hey, if I don't stick with what we agree upon on this contract, I will give you this money. So make that a nice amount that you're comfortable with. If you really want the house, put as much down as you possibly can and make sure your realtor stays on top of keeping you in the contingency time periods and schedules. Number four, now this is the one I would scratch off this list, and that is to write a heartfelt letter. In my years of experience as a real estate agent, I have never seen a letter when selling a house, and I have never suggested to my buyer to write a letter to the seller. Now, I'm not saying that they don't work. I'm just saying it's almost like a made-up thing that happened years ago on HGTV that you should write a letter to the seller and tell them all about your beautiful life and how your family is wonderful and how they will really thoroughly enjoy, appreciate, and just make that home better. I'm not a fan of those. Don't write those. You know what a seller wants to see? A lot of money. So make that the best you can. Number 5, offer an escalation clause. Now this was something that wasn't even on the radar a year to a year and a half ago, but now that multiple offers are coming in on homes, I see a lot of escalation clauses. If you don't know what those are, basically, let's just say you offer somebody $100,000 on that house. What you would then do is put a clause in that contract that says something like this: I will give you, seller, another $1,000 and increments of $1,000 above that $100,000 purchase price if another offer comes in that trumps mine. So if somebody comes in with an offer of $105,000 and you offered $100,000, you can put an escalation clause that would automatically bump yours up to $106,000, $107,000, whatever increments you want to do, all the way up to a cap. Now, you definitely want to put on there that that other offer is provided to you so that you can make sure that somebody actually did make that offer, but that's what an escalation clause is. Number 6, I think this one's really important, and that is be flexible. Now, I don't mean make sure that you can bend over and touch your toes or that you can stretch or do yoga. That's not what I mean by be flexible. I mean be flexible. As a buyer, you need to make sure that you are flexible with close dates. Maybe you're flexible with escrow amounts that we just talked about, inspection time periods, things like that. Be as flexible as possible with things that maybe don't matter as much to you, but may matter a lot to the seller. If you're not sure what those areas are, what I typically do, a little secret that I do to get my offers accepted, and that is I call the listing agent and I ask that listing agent, other than the price of the home, the sales price, what do we need to do to make sure we get my buyer into your home? And a lot of times it is the closing date. A lot of times it is the inspection period. A lot of times it is something to do with the furniture. Ask your agent to get in touch with the seller's agent and find out what the seller wants so that your buyer can be flexible. Number 7, shorten up your inspection time periods. Now, on our contracts here in Florida, we have a couple paragraphs, probably even a couple pages that relate to the inspection period. And a lot of times on those contracts, in parentheses, it will say 15 days is what you have in regards to time frame to have your inspections done. I don't know about you, but the inspectors that I recommend here in Southwest Florida, they take about 4 to 5 days to come out and do the inspection, and then probably another 24 hours to turn over that inspection report. So there is no need to ask the seller to give you 15 days to do your inspections. So shorten up that time period and window. It will help that seller feel more comfortable with taking that home off the market, that you're going to be diligent, fast, quick. You're going to move right through this process without delays. Number 8, ask your lender to pre-underwrite your loan. Now, basically what this is asking your lender to do more than what they would initially on just a pre-qualification loan. Not all lenders will do this and send it to underwriting before you have a contract. And what we're saying is, typically in this process, you have the contract, you get it accepted, and then at that point, the lender will send it at some point within the next 30 days to underwriting. What I'm saying here is ask your lender to take a look at your financials, your income, your debt to income, all of that stuff at a deeper level and pre-underwrite you. Some lenders will do that, and it's very helpful to let the seller know if you've had that done. Number 9, offer a lease back. Have you ever heard of a lease back? I'm sure a lot of you have heard of leasing a home, and that's basically what it is. What this provides for the seller is for them to close on the house. They have the money from you or your bank paying for the house, but they get to stay in the home after closing. Now, the terms of how long and how much they pay, that is up to you and your realtor to negotiate with them before the offer is initially accepted, but they are able to stay in the home and lease it back. Basically, you become a landlord for the owner, knowing and hoping that they'll pay and do everything they typically would do when having the home as their own as well too, taking care of it. And that gives them flexibility in moving. And a lot of times that's a huge help to sellers. Number 10, and I cannot emphasize this one enough, use a local lender. What do I mean by local lender? Well, if you are watching a NFL game and there is a mortgage company that pops up on that infomercials or banners at the football game or basketball game, that is not the lender I would suggest you use. They are not local lenders. They are nationwide lenders, and they do not know condo and HOA rules and associations around here like your local lenders do. Now, when I say local lenders, it could be a bank, it could be a local bank, a mom and pop bank, it could be a mortgage broker, any of those. I can tell you from my experience of selling real estate here in Southwest Florida for 10 years, I've only had one transaction fall apart because of a lender, and guess what? It was a huge nationwide lender. They do nothing when it came to condo associations, rules, and regulations, and it killed the deal. It was a mess. So use a local lender. Bottom line, it is a very tight housing market, and you need every advantage to get your offer accepted. So if you need help with that and you're here locally, call, text, or email me. Glad to help you. If you're not, again, I have realtors throughout the country. I can give you their stats and connect you with them. If you got a few more minutes, stick around. There's going to be another video that pops up here. Hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, I'm John C. here in sunny Southwest Florida. Look forward to serving you any way I can. Have a great day.